Hello and welcome to the DFS_PhD show for today, the 14th of May. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Might as well be us. And if I'm showing you Sims screenshots, you know the rest of the day didn't go that well. But this is about as good as it goes in Sims. I learned a little bit about how to do roster construction in smaller field as well. It's a little bit closer to cash, but mostly it's about not missing any of the upside plays. So in this case, that meant not missing out on 50 burgers by Lamar Jackson, who broke three to the house from like 80 yards. It was ridiculous. And then Cooper Kupp, who did the same, three long catches. Kyle Pitts also smashed. Those are no touchdowns. He got like 12 passes for infinity yards. It was fun. Congrats to Dr. 2-Inch on a takedown for yesterday in the 4-point play. Another couple thousand for him. It's been a nice run. Oh, few thousand. Geez, that's 26. But incredible run for him going to the MMA whatever world championship thing, King of the Mat, I don't know what it's called, on June something. And as always, we're sponsored by PredictionStrike. Please use promo code PhD for their best deposit match deals. Today is Tuesday, so as soon as we get All-Stars picks and some comments from Jamario and those guys in the chat, I will make my picks for the week, throw down probably about 5 units on whatever MMA is happening this weekend, and have a good time. All right, so for today, I don't think I have any new rules. We have our old rules. Precious or Burks. Don't know who it's going to be. I think one of them gets extended by a lot again. Nick center foul trouble. You can include Sims. I don't think I actually wound up with very much Sims, but you can take shots on Sims if you want. I currently have him for 0, but he shouldn't be a stone cold 0. He's a fine kind of an option. I mean, did they go there? I have up the popcorn machine still. Sims, first half, like 4 minutes. They didn't go back until garbage time, and he got to 16, so he might have been, maybe he gets 8 minutes in a game that's competitive without foul trouble. And even with foul trouble, it's not clear they want to go to him. So I still don't really know what's going on with this rotation for Indiana. So I still have my max 1 Jalen, Obi, and Isaiah rule, but mostly that's a max 1 Obi and Isaiah rule because I think one of them can get extended as the kind of a small ball 5 backup 4, small ball 4, and then Myles, Jalen, Isaiah Jackson fork, which is functionally a Myles and Isaiah Jackson fork. Nembhard McConnell fork, only one of them hits. Max 2 out of 3 Minnesota bigs. So don't know. All the people I just mentioned there are people who need to have a higher projection median than you get when you take their whole distribution. You need to take just the part of their distribution that is them getting extended to their smash case, because that's all you care about. You're trying to win. You're not trying to, like, I don't know. I don't play cash, so I don't care what the best play is. That's why it's tough for me to play these small tournaments. I have to rewire my brain from these big field GPP plays. But in a big field GPP today, yeah, you got a lot of good plays up here at the top. You want a lot of Burks, a lot of Myles McBride. Myles McBride was the person who was getting extended a lot. How much did we see him? Oh, second half, Myles McBride played every minute. He played 28 minutes. He was the only person who played an entire half in this game. Now, granted, the game blew out, but Myles McBride plays in a blowout. Myles McBride plays in a close game. Myles McBride plays a lot. And I mean, like, this third quarter, that's their change, right? He started over Precious in the third quarter. Also, if he starts tonight, the plan for Tibbs is to play him 48 minutes if he starts tonight. That's the plan. So if you see Myles McBride starting tonight, now is that the first game or the second game? I have to get to a lot more of him now. Now that I've seen that second half, that's like Tibbs making a decision. I thought, yeah, I was kind of into him, but now I'm way, way, way into Myles McBride. Because so this projection currently I have him for like 30 minutes. Yeah, I have him for like 34 in the current projection, but I think that could be up to 6 more than that. Yeah, I think that you probably got to have a median projection of Myles McBride close to 30, like 28. So I got to have him in pretty much every lineup if he starts. So that game is first. If he doesn't start, I'm going to bump this down, bump it down to like 50% or something. But you got to see what happened there. That was a wild beginning to that half from Myles McBride. And so, yeah, I think now I also, the rule is gone. You can play him and Divincenzo together because Divincenzo, let's look at that same situation. Was he out there? Yes. He played the entire third quarter as well. Those are the guys, right? Brunson was playing up until he didn't play. So up until that point when Brunson comes out, Divincenzo and McBride are the only two guys who play every single minute. Hartenstein even, I'm a little bit worried about what's happening with Hartenstein's minutes. They've been kind of getting cut down a little bit. Let me reflect that worry in a hard cap to Hartenstein of what? 50%? No, a hard cap of 30%. Because I'm not sure. That's my confidence that Hartenstein could still see, even with they seem to want to do small ball stuff, right? Like what happened to did Precious still got pretty good minutes in that quarter, right? Yeah, they started with Josh Hart and then they went to Precious. That's what I found very interesting. They did that twice. They did that here, right? Josh Hart stint 2 ended in Precious, and then they played alongside each other. So I think maybe that's the rotation that this was going to be. This second quarter rotation again for Precious. Either way, I think Precious was clearly on pace for another 9 minutes for 33 minutes in that game. So let's make sure that we've got him for the appropriate number of minutes. Precious, 33. I've got him for 27. So I need to add 6. So I need a little bit more even. I need him at about 27. His smash case is definitely closer to the Burks, Nas. Yeah, Precious is those kind of guy. Precious is a very good play today. I mean, I'm probably going to wind up with Precious or Burks in every single lineup, is I'm guessing where this is going. Yeah, Precious or Burks in every single lineup. Because New York, I mean, let's look at this New York rotation. I'm going to wind up with a lot of New York still. Now, I wish it could be Hartenstein, but I just haven't seen that. I mean, maybe it's about a third chance, not 30%, 35%. And Josh Hart, that's the one where I don't know. I'm actually going to downgrade his since I don't have him in a rule, I'm just going to take him back to like whatever his regular projection is because of what we just saw there. He was the first guy that Tibbs was messing with. And this is when the game was still like, I mean, yeah, it's like a 30-point game, but I don't know. He might have been messing with like Divincenzo was a minus 40 in that game. Yikes. I guess that's what happens when you're a shooter and you miss every shot. Yeah, I don't see anything on the other side of this game, like to read into the tea leaves of. They did basically the same rotation in the second. They didn't. I mean, you saw, is this Jalen Smith? No, that's Jalen Smith. Isaiah Jackson got massively extended in the blowout. Isaiah Jackson's a good play because he could get extended for a couple of reasons. So I still like that. All right, let's go back. Let's talk about. I've told you the rules. I've told you my general sense of the slate. Let's talk about leverage. Let's talk about who everybody's going to. Yeah, Brunson, I don't like that play again. I mean, he's going to score a lot of points, but there are a lot of guys going to score a lot of points today. It's not a lot of guys going to be out there for New York. So I don't think I'm going to be over the field on Brunson, even recognizing this could kill me because whatever. It's just, I don't, he's not getting more minutes than usual. He's like the first guy off the court if it starts looking bad. And this, yeah. So I'm not big into Brunson, not big into Ant-Man, not big into Josh Hart based on what we just saw, not big into Aaron Gordon just because like, he gets pop-off games, but they're more like a 10% chance than they are a 30% chance at this stage in the season. Christian Braun, shooter, got to hit shots, not going to get that many minutes. We have other better options at that price range. Same thing with KCP. Jaden McDaniels, a low usage player. Obi Toppin, minutes insecure. So yeah, there's a reason why for all these chalk things I'm not on. I'm happy with it. And yeah, my highest leverage plays, Myles McBride. Absolutely. You know what? Yeah, let's make that. I want to be at least double the field on Myles McBride after what we saw in the second half if he starts. Jamal Murray is a good play. Double the field's a bit aggressive. Say 50-50 chance he has one of those crazy games again. He's had 2 in a row, but I mean, it's not. He still kind of has to hit shots. He can do that drive from time to time, but to have his best game, he's got to be hitting shots too, because that also frees up the drive more. Cat, Miles Turner, Nas. I have the 2 out of 3 rule with Miles Turner or with Gobert and Nas and Cat. And the reason I have the rule is to make sure I'm over the field on all of them in a responsible way, because I think on any given day, you need probably 2 out of 3 of them on a slate like this. So that's why I have the rule. There's probably slates where all 3 of them work, but I mean, I don't know. That's not the kind of slate I'm playing for. I'm playing for reasonable competitive games. Okay. So I've told you pretty much everything about the main slate. Let's look one little bit at the showdown, and then we'll get out of here. Okay. So I haven't looked at this at all. Let's have a look. Yep. As a result of the max 2 out of 3 rule, again, Gobert, Nas, and Towns, and then Jokic and Jamal. It's a lot of Jamal. That's a lot of Jamal. I think I'll probably do like 15% Jamal at captain, and then what? 35. That's a lot of Peyton Watson. I'll take I still like them. Like I think there's still like a 20% chance they go to Peyton Watson over Justin Holiday eventually. So that's why I'm playing some Peyton Watsons, because they should. I mean, like I think he's a better everything. A better everything, man. It's definitely the way I feel. He's not just a better defender. He's a better shooter. He's a better everything than Justin Holiday. He's a younger guy. I don't know. Okay, so I don't want more than 30% Nas. I don't want more than 30% Gobert. And I don't want a lot of either one of them if I have, yeah, so 30% plus 45 would be 75. 35 plus 30 gives me 65. 30, yep. So another 30 here. I'm just making sure that none of my guys have an implied no foul trouble risk if they're big guys. Good. Yep. Love what I'm seeing here. Okay. So captains, not surprisingly, Gobert, Reed, Jamal Murray, Cat, Conley, Jokic. A little surprised we don't have more Jokic. I think it's just because how owned he is. I don't have a dupe control. I just have a light salary restriction of $400. This is the range I think is optimal ROI. This is what I'm going to run on my biggest slates: 47,500 on for the least, 49,600 whenever it's reasonably efficiently priced. There's nobody missing. It's not like the New York one. I'm not sure, like for the 5 o'clock showdown, not going to be as efficiently priced, right? So you can run a little bit wider range on the salary. But for a good efficiently priced slate, you only want to leave this amount in your range because still you wind up with 4,000 lineups. You're still not quite getting a full set, but what does that tell you? That tells you you're fully sampling the appropriate space, right? If you're as close to whatever your maximum lineups is, that means but without getting there, that means you're sampling as densely as possible within the region that you are getting to. So that's where you want to be, not necessarily at 5,000, but at like 4,900. That tells you in the range that you checked every lineup, right? So you find the range, like rangefinder or whatever, Price is Right, and then let them kind of hone in from there. All right, so on that note, I'll just say you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Two different ways to win $100,000 tonight and 20,000 on the WNBA. Might as well be us.